Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
We have Don't Step in It Unicorn Edition. What is this? Don't Step in It is one of those kiddie games you're going to see at the Big Boss Max Market stores, and you're going to wonder why anybody would buy it. Then your kid's going to eye it, he's going to look at it, start laughing, and beg you for it. And you're not really going to get it. And you're not expected to get it unless you have the Peter Pan complex, like perhaps I do, where we like to stay kids forever, and we can actually laugh and have fun at things that maybe we don't understand, but the joy from our children will be. Now, this is much more of an activity than it is a game. Yes, there's rules. Yes, you can score. Yes, you can win. Yes, you can lose. But I think that defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do here. Instead, the kids are just going to have fun, trying not to step on Play-Doh poop. That's it. This reminds me of like a sleepover game or a game you might play when your buddy comes over. You give it to the kids, you let them laugh for 15 or 20 minutes, they're going to have a good time, they're not going to care who wins, they're not going to argue over who loses, they're going to take their turns and step on this Play-Doh poop, or not, and see what they can do. And that's it. It's really a mechanism to laugh and have fun. If you're taking it too seriously, you're like, hey, why does this game exist? I mean, it's not for you, okay? You're well above the rest of these 5, 6, 7-year-old kids are going to get a joy out of this. And that's what it's intended for. Good laughs, good times. Your buddy comes over to spend the night. You want to throw this down on the floor, have a little bit of laughs, and then get back to your video games or swimming or what else you're going to do. I think that's the intention of this game. This is a Unicorn Edition. It's very bright. It's very colorful. It does a really good job. And it's fine for what it is, which is a little activity. Here is Don't Step in It Unicorn Edition. So I'm assuming there's other editions of this game. This is just the one we have. You're going to pull it out. You're going to get a mat, a bunch of Play-Doh, a spinner, a Play-Doh maker. This thing works okay. Make it look like poo-poo. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a second. And these are just Play-Doh. I know they're not called Play-Doh, but that's really what it is. You're going to get a spinner that's already put together for you, which is pretty nice. You're going to get a blindfold, which really doesn't do the job. It's white, so you can see through it. But it is cute. But the kids always have to close their eyes when they're doing it. You're going to get this mat. And this feels like a plastic mat. Almost like a slip and slide, but very, very thin. We'll take a look at it. It's okay for what it is. I think it's easy for kids to look at it and walk on it. Don't Step in It Unicorn Edition. Everything in the box is fine for a mass market game. Here is the rules. You can see it's very colorful with the picture of the components here. Oh, they call it compound, not Play-Doh. And you're going to have the rules, which are very easy to follow and understand. You got pictures you can see, some notes down here, and then winning. And if you wanted to play by yourself, you certainly could. And how to store the compound or the Play-Doh when you're done. Rules are fine, very easy to follow. You probably need 3 minutes to get through this. Kids can play on their own with no problems. So here's the play mat. I don't have a lot of room in here in order to showcase it. I'm going to show some video at the end of this, but this is kind of what it will look like. To start the game off, you're going to open up one of the compounds. You're going to get about half of it. And you're going to stick it inside the poop maker. Press it down real good. And then you will scoop it out. And you will have what will look like a turd. And you'll put it randomly on the board. Now you're going to do that 5 times. The youngest player is going to go first. They're going to spin the spinner. And then, quite frankly, just do what it says. If it says walk 5, then you need to walk across the mat using at least 5 steps. If it has add a poo, then you'll add a poo. If it has subtract a poo, you can take one off, etc. that you'll be doing there. And then what the characters will be doing, the characters being your children, will put on a blindfold, and then they have to walk through this, counting how many times they step in the poo. And you want to keep track of how many times you step in it, if you nudge it even the slightest. And quite frankly, whoever steps in the fewest amounts of the poo-poo will be the winner of the game. Very easy. But let me kind of show you my kids playing it right here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8! You won! Yeah! You won! High five! Yeah. Alright, take 1 step forward, 2, yeah, 2 more. Take 1, okay, 2, okay, now go to your right. Take another step forward, but be careful.
Wait, this way? Okay, what's my next step?
Forward. Okay, take another step forward.
Dude, Maddie, you're supposed to guide
poo.
Away from the
Jack
poo.
and poo.
That's it. 1. That looks like 3.
1,
2. 2.
Go take bigger steps than that.
3, 4.
Oh, you touched the poop.
Barely.
Barely counts. Barely counts. Who should buy this game? This is a gift game, right? This is something you would give at a birthday party. This is something that kids might even perform at a birthday party. Let's give them something to do. This is a neat little activity. My kids use it like sleepovers when their buddy comes over. You know, they throw this down, they have some laughs, they move on to the next activity. They always seem to move from game to game to game to game, and they like to be inventive. And this is something they'll throw out and just have a good laugh with. And I think that's what it's intended for. You stodgy old adults that are like, what is this? You know, you're not going to get it. It's not for you. And I don't think you're going to see a bunch of adults sitting around playing this unless it's hipsters being hip. But for kids, for a sleepover, for a church event, this is going to hit that nail, and everybody's going to have a good time and a laugh. For me, it's going to be a keeper for the children.